My God, they have me in a chef jacket. What is happening on the girls? And this cute little net hat here. We're in Nanticoke at LCCC, and we're going to be cooking, or I should say baking, later on the show. But right now we're with Sal Shandra, and he is in charge of the hotel and hospitality department. And my mom and I are really happy to be here with you.
Pleasure to have you here. What we have going today is you are in our pastry room.
All right.
We have a pastry kitchen, totally functional for whatever students may encounter when they go out into industry. So they all come in, they see almost any piece of equipment that you will see out in the industry today. And they get lots of practice on it. And as later you'll see when they take and they do things, they do a lot of things that are practical, but they also get to practice on things that they see on TV now that are trendy. And what's nice about our program that we have set with this, it's not just learning the methods that's behind there, but it's also learning to experiment. And this is what makes the creativity, or creates the future pastry chefs.
So do they get to eat everything they create?
They get to eat whatever they want, take it home to mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, their children. That's one thing that's unique about our program, because it allows them to showcase also what they're doing besides just coming to school and going home with a book.
All right, so how many students do you have enrolled right now?
Our classes range about 10 to 1 instructor. We run the pastry program, which has a degree and a certificate program. And what we have running in there is approximately maybe about 30 pastry students right now between full and part-time. And we're looking at students that also come from our culinary program, and they actually do what they call a dual degree, and they end up walking out of here in a three-year time, or it's slightly over, with 2 degrees.
Very
one
good.
in culinary arts and
we're
one in
going to be
pastry.
making dumplings today.
Apple dumplings.
Chef Kim McLendon, and we're going to meet all the students. And I love the range. It's, I think, 18 to 50, right?
Oh,
that's such
yes,
a range.
our average age is
I fit
about
right in.
27.
There you
Sure,
go.
we have many students that come in just right from high school and eager to take and be out in industry. And then we also have change of careers. And then we also have people that come in and they just want to learn how to bake. How to do some different things.
Good time to learn how to bake around the holidays,
Please.
okay?
Correct.
All right, well, I'm anxious to get going with the baking and the instructions, so stay with us. Make sure you download our app so you can watch this all the time, because we're going to give you some good baking tips as well. You're watching The Girls. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Girls. If you were watching the first segment, we promised you that we would take you into the kitchen, and we're going to meet the chef that's going to teach us, Janine, especially how to bake and cook today. Familiar face, Kim McLendon, who's the chef extraordinaire and the instructor here at Luzerne County Community College. Thank you for having us.
Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much for visiting us today. I really appreciate it.
Well, we're so excited. We graduated to these neat hats. We took us out of the little Lucy and Apple hats, so we're now into the chef hats.
That's great.
Can you make a chef out of anybody?
Yes, we can. But I know you
There's
guys were
hope.
chefs. I knew you guys were chefs even before today. So
When I came in, I smelled something burning, and I was like, well, you can't blame me. I just got here. So it wasn't me.
No.
But today we're going to learn how to bake and meet and interact with some of the kids.
yes, we are. So
Students, I should say. Kids
Yes.
are older adults.
yes, they are.
Okay.
Well, we thought that you guys, since you're in culinary school with us, we're going to put you ladies to work today. So we are going to be making apple dumplings and pumpkin pie.
Ooh, just
Yes.
in time.
Yeah, just in time for Thanksgiving and the holidays. So are you ladies ready to start working? You ready to start getting floured up and
Well, let's hear
ready
about
to
you
go?
a little bit first.
Okay,
I mean, what
sure.
have you been doing since the last time you're on? I know you're still working on the book.
Yes, I'm still working on the book. We're short of 16 recipes, so
Okay,
we're still
so we have
trying
a couple
to
for you.
Okay, that would work. Okay,
we'll
sounds
contribute.
wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, we're still working on the book, and of course still doing the cooking show at Rustic Kitchen on Fridays and Saturdays, and we're here every Monday night. I'm teaching a pastry class here at the college, and of course every Thursday, so we're really busy. Trying to think what else, doing a lot of continuing education classes here at the college, and of course our kiddos keep us hopping all the time. We're busy with basketball season and everything approaching, so a little busy.
And your house is the hot spot because you always have good things cooking. Every time you post something on Facebook, I'm like, oh my God.
Where does she find the time? How are you doing all these things on Instagram?
Look at her.
She's
It's like perfect.
The kids are cooking homemade ice cream and I don't know, homemade pizzas and all
And they're
kinds of
jarred
stuff.
tomatoes, but your mom and dad are involved as well too. They were
too.
so much fun last time we were there, making the raviolis and eating the raviolis.
I want to
That
know
was
how many times you go to the grocery store because it's
my
always
goodness,
fresh
Janine.
stuff.
That's a great question because I probably live at the grocery store. I am at the grocery store several times throughout the day. Even here at the college, sometimes we'll be out of ingredients or we have to run to the grocery store. So I can tell you where pretty much everything is in the grocery store and the prices. It's crazy.
Okay, well,
but it's fun.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, we could swap recipes and then I could tell you exactly where to find all the ingredients for the recipe.
Now, I have to ask this. So at your own home, do you make a menu on like a Sunday and know what you're making all week, or how do you?
Yes, we pretty much try to stay very organized, and we try to stay on a schedule. So usually Sunday night we'll all kind of sit down, and Gary and I and the kids will go over what they want for the week, and we try to plan the menu. I'll be honest, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Sometimes if we make something, or we're planning on making something, we can't find the time. But we always try to make it work. And Gary, I will say, he's after 20 years, he's come a long way. He's like the connoisseur of pizza, and he likes to cook, and he helps a lot. And of course, Maddie and little Gary try to help too. So it's definitely a group family process.
There's always someone in the kitchen.
Right, and do your kids like everything, or there are some things they just won't try because they're pretty,
they're pretty flexible. Lately now, since Maddie's a teenager and she's approaching that hardy age of 16, she tends to stay away from pasta more. So we have to be very cautious. Yes, we have to be very cautious of if we do too much pasta or something, she'll remind us of that. Where, little Gary will say, oh, I'll eat anything, Mom. I'm not picky. The one thing he doesn't like is sardines, but I'm not really a fan of sardines either. But so other than that, though, they're not picky. They're pretty flexible, and that's a good thing. But
what are some staple foods that you always keep in the kitchen?
Oh, geez, well, that's a great question. We always, of course, have olive oil. We always have different types of olive oil. I always have eggs. We always have an overabundance of eggs. We always have beef. Lately, we've been purchasing all of our beef from a farmer. So we have
organic.
Yes, we have half
grass-fed.
a cow. Yes, we have a pig. We have chickens, and so we try to keep our freezer pretty stocked as far as the proteins and stuff go. I try to keep lots of vegetables and fruits on hand. Of course, with the kids being active with sports and everything, it seems like they're consuming so much more of those fruits and vegetables on a
I'd love
daily
to see
basis.
the lunches that you pack for them. They must go to school and all the kids are so jealous they have these gourmet lunches.
That's funny because we had to have a discussion with little Gary because he was actually selling his lunch at school. So we had to have a discussion about selling the lunches at school. I said, you cannot do that. So
How much was he getting for a lunch?
he was getting 50 cents for a brownie, and he was getting $1.25 for turkey sandwiches. So
That's hysterical.
So he was telling you, Mom, I need 3 turkey sandwiches,
Yes.
4 brownies, taking orders.
we thought he was going through a growth spurt, but he was actually, claiming somebody.
In his pocketbook, he was going through the growth, right?
He was, yeah,
Oh my
that's
God,
true.
that's too funny.
True.
What do you normally put in their lunches?
Well, we usually do a lot of wraps. So again, with a lot of the carbs and stuff, we do a lot of the spinach wraps with turkey. We do avocado. They both like avocado. We'll do a little bit of cheese and of course a little bit of bacon. So on a typical day, they usually get they'll get a turkey avocado wrap, and in that we do lettuce, tomato, turkey, a little bit of the avocado, and then tomato on the side. They don't put the tomato in the wrap because it makes the wrap soggy. But that's pretty much what they like to take. Once in a while, they'll take a bagel or something, but we usually a lot of wraps. Sometimes they'll even do we do a roast beef sandwich from time to time, and then during Lent they like to take tuna wraps, so we'll do a lot of tuna
How
wraps.
about dessert?
And dessert usually, well, now we have to have dessert after every meal. So, but that's not from the kids, that's from Gary. That was something that he kind of grew up with. His mom would always make dessert after he ate. So we kind of adopted that, you know, that little tidbit as far as making whatever. So we usually do brownies, we'll do cupcakes, trying to think cookies, and today I actually had our students make you guys one of our favorites that I like to pack in their lunch. It's a pumpkin chocolate chip cookie. We usually do it for the holidays, so you ladies will get a chance to taste the pumpkin chocolate chip cookie.
I don't know if Kim eats all this because she's so skinny.
I try
Where do you
to.
put all this
every
food?
every now and then. I do. I
You
try
cook
to.
it.
I do.
You
I
bake
cook
it.
it. I don't get a chance to eat it because the kids demolish it. So,
Right.
but I do. I do taste test a lot. But I try to taste test everything and try to watch what I eat.
Yeah, and she's so busy running back and forth to the grocery store. You
They
know?
love her. I'm sure your bill is astronomical. We won't even talk about that.
I know. Well, I'll tell you today, for all of like the sweetened condensed milk that we gotten for our pumpkin pies, it was like I think $88 for sweetened condensed milk. But I used my gold card and I saved some money. So
There
that's all
you
we
go.
got. We're trying.
Gold
right?
ones,
We're
gold
trying.
cards,
That's
quantity
right.
buy it
That's
what's
right.
on sale,
That's for
stock
sure.
it up in the in the pantry and whatever.
That's true. That's right. I wish
All
I could
right.
be an extreme couponer. You know, you see so many of those stories.
No,
like
that's
something
too
that-
extreme. That's
It
a
is.
full-time job.
It
You
is.
have a
It is.
full-time job.
Yes, that's true.
Today we're making pumpkin pie and apple dumplings,
Yes.
and we get to take them home,
Yes.
right?
Wow.
All right,
Looks like we have
here.
dessert ready
Yes.
for Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's
Well-
right. And you can freeze them too. Which is
We're here
great.
at LCCC. I think I got all the C's in there.
Very
Here
good.
in Nanticoke, and you're watching the girls. We're going to be baking with Kim McLendon when we come right back. And we're back here cooking with Chef Kim McLendon, and we're at LCCC in Nanticoke, and we're getting ready to make our pumpkin pies and our apple dumplings with the students here of the culinary arts program. So Kim, take it away.
Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're actually filling our pumpkin pies. And by filling them with our little pumpkin pie pot here, that kind of makes it nice in unison. So if we're putting that pumpkin pie filling in and kind of carrying it to the oven, it's not going over the side of the lip of that pie. So it's keeping it nice in unison and even in the center. And it looks more professional that way.
Well, as
So-
you showed me before, keeping
Yeah.
it nice and steady, I get this nice extension, this handy
Yeah.
dandy little tool.
and they're just gonna dump it
Go
right in there.
here.
Just be careful.
Put it in the pumpkin pie crust.
Beautiful, good job.
Professional
See
right
that?
there.
I know, beautiful. And right up to the
Perfect.
lip, perfect, that looks great.
There we go. How did I do
Beautiful.
for my
Good
pumpkin pie?
job.
Well, you did all the hard work because all of the batter's already made, and the crust is made. So
Which was easy, and again,
This is
we
great.
have
It's the
to-
pumpkin pie. We just fill up the.
Yeah, that's it. You just fill it in. And actually, Allison, wherever Allison is, where did she go? She's one of our students. She actually mixed all of this for us.
Oh,
we have
good
to
job,
taste
What's in your
Allison.
mixture?
And this is just nothing more than a little bit of pumpkin, a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. We put a little bit of sugar in here, a little bit of evaporated milk, and a little bit of salt.
Is it
that's
fresh pumpkin or canned
it's-
pumpkin?
And this is canned pumpkin. You can do a fresh pumpkin, but you have to be really careful if you're doing a fresh pumpkin. You have to puree that filling, and
Right.
sometimes it could be a little bit more denser. We want this to be a little bit more lighter and a little bit more sweeter as well.
yeah,
So
and
that's why we're doing that.
The pumpkin pie the pumpkin filling that's canned already, it saves a lot of time, and it's so great.
It
I
absolutely
like it.
does. Yes,
Pumpkin's
that's
a
for
great
sure.
flavor. People just crave pumpkin in everything. Pumpkin coffee, pumpkin cookies.
That's true. That's
pumpkin
true.
pies, pumpkin rolls. So
That's
it's
true.
really good. I love the taste.
And it's good, and
All
it's
right,
good
so
for you.
should we go into the other
Yep,
one?
and then the next one, you're just going to dump that right into
All
the
right.
center. Beautiful. Looks great.
Well, I
Very
need one of these
nice.
ovens at home, Sammy.
Hint, hint.
I like it. I like
Yes.
it a lot.
And this is,
And
we
I
like to call this
need
our
the big
carousel
pot.
oven or the rotating oven.
Alrighty.
And then what we do is watch this. So I always tell the students to remember your numbers. So Deb, you're number 1 here. So now all
Okay.
we're gonna do is we're just gonna flip this little switch up, and this is now going to evenly bake all of those pies. And then in 30 minutes, we're gonna check this. So we're baking this, our temperature should be around 400 degrees. So it'll be 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. We'll bring it out of the oven, and then we'll have delicious pumpkin pie.
And so does that carousel keep rotating the entire time? I see
Yes,
it's
it
going up to
does.
level 3,
Yes, it
4,
does. Yep.
and it'll just keep doing that
does.
until, how
Yes.
long is it in?
Well, this will be in here for 30 minutes.
Okay.
So about 30, 35 minutes.
So while that's
yep.
baking,
So then while that's baking, are you ladies ready to start with your
Yes.
apple dumplings?
Yeah.
Apple dumplings.
Dumplings.
The exciting part.
Okay.
These are my husband's favorite, actually. He loves
They're
apple dumplings.
so
He didn't
good.
even know he liked them
Really?
until we had them at the fair.
Wow. Oh, I know, they're
And
delicious,
so,
aren't they? We
yeah.
love them. So what we're using right now is we're actually using just like a cloth, burlap cloth. What we usually do is, oh, thanks, April, thank you. So what we usually do is we tend to take a little bit of pastry flour. We don't want to use anything that has a very high gluten content in it. We don't want to make any of that pie dough denser. So we'll do a little bit of flour right into the center here, just like this. And then what we do is just kind of spread it out a little bit because we don't want that pie dough to stick to this. And what we always tell the students to do is make a little circle right into the inside of our burlap here. And April, could you grab me a pie dough, please? Do you mind? And what we're going to do is we're going to roll this out. And James, could you? I don't know. Have you guys ever used the apple peeler? Did you guys ever use that?
I've never done that.
Oh, wait, I
That was
have.
great.
I
I
have.
use the apple quarter.
It's a lot of fun. So we'll show you how to use that if you want. But we'll have April, if you could maybe just roll us out, or if you can just kind of peel us one of those. Thank you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to roll this out. We're going to try to keep this in our circle.
Okay.
So this pie dough should give us about 4 apple dumplings. So what we're going to do is, and again, I have my cloth on here. This kind of helps keep everything together, prevents that dough from sticking to my rolling
That's
pin
a
too.
good idea.
So what I usually do is just kind of take your rolling pin, and what you're just going to do is just do a little bit of pressure right into the center here, right onto that pie dough, trying to keep it as round as you possibly can, okay? And then I'll bring that burlap down just to right here so I can kind of really stationary that, keep this right here, it's nice and stationary so I know that my cloth isn't going to be coming off of my work area. And then I'm just going to kind of roll it north to south, and we'll go east to west, and then just give it a little bit of pressure here. So you're going to put a little bit of muscle in here, so you're just going to go back and forth, or sometimes I'll tell the students you can do like a little X, that kind of helps too, just to kind of roll it out a little bit. Bring it in just like that, and then you want to try to keep it in that circle that you've kind of created in the center there.
So this is the workout prior to eating the apple
This is the
dumplings.
exercise
Yes, it is.
part.
Right.
This is a good
This
part.
is the pre-workout. Yeah. And then we'll just kind of roll it out a little bit like that, and then you don't want to have any of those little wrinkles in there, okay? So now what we'll do is we'll check our apple. Let's see, where's our
I like
filling?
having
We need
all
our
these
sugar
assistants.
first.
I know, all these
I know, it's
sous
great,
chefs.
isn't it? I know, it's wonderful.
They're awesome. They just know what you need.
They are. They're so good. They're amazing students. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my filling, and this is nothing more than sugar, brown sugar, and a little bit of cinnamon. So what I like to do is I'm just going to kind of go in here and put that mixture right into the center, and I'm going to make sure, thanks April, thank you, that I want to coat it really good.
They just know
they're
what
great,
you
aren't
need.
they? I love it. And again, that's, here at Luzerne County Community College, our students leave this program and they are ready for the industry, and they do a great job.
They are definitely ready.
They really do. So I want to make sure that I'm really going to tuck all that sugar and cinnamon in there.
It smells good already, doesn't it, Jane?
And the pumpkin pie.
I love how the
Really
apples
good.
peel. It's like an accordion. It's like a rigatoni.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. So now what I'm going to do is I usually kind of I'm going to just take my hands here, get any of that extra sugar off of there, and I'm going to just cut my dough into 4 sections. Now each one of these sections is going to be our apple dumpling, and I'm going to show you how to do this guy, and you guys could do the rest of them. So I'm going to take my apple and I'm going to put it towards the outside of my pie dough here, and I'm just going to take the corners, I'm just going to kind of pull them up over each other, and then I'm going to take the inside, and I'm just going to kind of flip this guy right over the side.
Oh, it's like a diaper.
You got it. Yeah, exactly. And then I'm just going to kind of take that apple dumpling and then just kind of tuck it in there just like that. And then I'll take a little bit of egg wash. You can put a little bit of egg wash over the top, and we're going to bake that at 350 degrees for an hour. So after an hour, you ladies should have these beautiful golden
Smells
brown
yummy.
apple dumplings.
Now, is this a special kind of it seems plastic, but it's oven safe?
It is, yes, it's oven safe. It's kind of like almost like a cardboard. It's made out of just a little bit of a cardboard type of material, which is it's flame retardant, and it really can kind of hold in the heat, really kind of equally distributes the heat on the bottom of the pan too.
I like that, because when you make apple dumplings at home, it's like an individual serving, but yet then you would have to take them out of a pan and you can break them.
That's true.
That's great.
That's true. And you know what the unique thing about these guys is too, is actually, there's that little lip on the bottom here. It's big enough that you can put a huge dollop of vanilla ice cream on top of it too.
Just
right?
swap on, keep piling on those calories.
That's
Let's
right.
talk to some of your students.
Sure. Okay.
Let's go over to the apple coring section and maybe we could talk with some of the kids too.
That's great.
So how many people does it take to make an apple dumpling? Well, apparently the entire class, and I thank you guys. You guys were on it. You knew exactly what we needed. Kim, if you want to introduce our team here today.
We have April, we have Amy, and we have James, and over here we have Carlo and Jason. And of course, now wait a minute, yes, and now we have Debbie, but we have to say Chef Debbie because we have to see if you have to earn your hat. Okay. So we're gonna put her to the test today and see how well she does her apple dumplings.
I'm glad I get the interviewing portion of the show. You see how that worked out for me? Good. So your nickname is Bam, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm Bam. Bamboo.
Bamboo is over here. And what do you find interesting about the program? What are you learning?
I'm learning the basic techniques of baking. I've been baking for a long, long time, but the industry is a little different. So this class is teaching me how to work in the industry and how to solve problems in the class.
Okay, so you're going to be ready. I know this is like a fast-paced moving job, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. It's very fast-paced.
And to keep that consistency with all of your ingredients and with everything that you serve.
Yeah, it's like stuck in your head and you go like boom, 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 and get it done. And for any problems, you can fix them.
That's why they call him Bam?
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Okay, and then April?
Amy.
Amy, all right. So tell us about the program.
I love it. I was not into baking that much, barely did anything at home outside of boxed cake. So it was a little intimidating at first, but Chef Kim knows what she's doing. Yeah. She knows how to tell us what to do, go in the right direction. So.
What do you like best about being in the kitchen?
Oh, everything. Everything. Everything that we're learning about mixing your doughs properly and make sure you weigh your ingredients. Don't do the guesswork because...
Oh, come on. My mom always just said a dab of this, a sprinkle of that.
With cooking, though, not baking.
Oh.
That's the thing.
All right, that's why I have a hard time making pizzelles.
Exactly. She never had a recipe.
Doesn't have a
Always,
recipe. She would look at the consistency of the batter. So I talk to her now and say, is this good? Is this good?
It's a secret recipe.
She's passed away. So this is awesome. Well, we had fun being here today. Did you want to add anything about the program? Did you want to say anything about Kim?
Chef Kim is awesome. Why not? And she's very understanding too. So she's very, very flexible. Why not? Everything you do. So, and if you have any questions, she's always free to answer them.
That's some brownie points for everyone here.
Thank you.
Fresh brownie points right now.
And wait till you taste those.
I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to take ours home. My kids will be foaming at the mouth, and they're going to be like, "You didn't make that. You didn't make that."
Nanny's making them.
I'm trying to say you don't bake it all.
I don't bake it all. I like that box cake. So we have to wrap up here, guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys so
Kim,
much
in
for
closing, thanks for having us here. I know we're going to be back here in the kitchen. How's Chef Deb doing? Did she earn the title?
She earned the title. Congratulations, Chef
How am I
Deb.
doing,
Yes,
Klaus?
very good.
Awesome.
Very
Are you
good.
doing okay?
Are we able to show the finished products?
Yes.
We have them right over
yes.
there.
By the magic of
Do you want to
TV.
grab those? Right, here you go. Perfect. And there's the finished products. You want to bring them up? Oh, they look good. You guys did a great job.
Oh, boy.
And there's those finished products. Those are those finished apple dumplings.
How about that?
All right, well, I guess we're just going to eat them.
Okay. Yeah. we need to get some vanilla ice cream.
Well, my hat is telling me it's time to go because it's slipping down. So I couldn't see, but I could certainly smell. So good thing we have the smell-o-vision here today. Well, I want to congratulate everybody who's here for doing a great job with assisting us and for showing us and bringing us into the kitchen. We've had a great time with you as always.
Well, thank
We're going
you
to get
guys so
together.
much for visiting. We really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We're going to be able to have our apple dumplings and eat
Our
them too.
pumpkin pie.
Wonderful. Right.
How about those pumpkin pies?
And our pumpkin pies, well, they're doing pretty good. So those pumpkin pies, shall we check on them
Let's
really
check on
quick?
them.
All right, let's check on our pumpkin pie. Oh,
Here they come.
Look at that. They look beautiful.
Look at that.
Ta-da.
They're gorgeous.
They look great. Good job.
All right, well, we're going to
Beautiful.
have our pumpkin pie, and don't forget, make sure you tell all your friends, go to SSP TV, download the free app, watch us on Channel 13. In the Hazleton area, you could watch our high definition channel as well now. watch us on any device anywhere. So until next time, we'll see you.